EarthEmpower's story begins in the mountains of Guatemala, surrounded by forests that make our earth more resilient to a changing climate. Here, some of the first maize plants were grown, and here indigenous communities continue to grow native maize and other traditional crops, stewards of biodiversity. Poverty and malnutrition is high, especially among indigenous populations, where institutional racism and discrimination has been prevalent throughout history. 8 out of 10 children suffer from malnutrition in indigenous communities. This is where EarthEmpower works. We start with native crops, respecting indigenous and traditional knowledge, and recognizing a history of oppression and discrimination. Our products are made from these crops on a sustainable landscape, and our organization is led by a diverse group of women and men, including the women farmers who will guide their own empowerment and development with the support of EarthEmpower. Now we'll hear from one of our farmer collaborators, and Mary, our country director in Guatemala, about the challenges of farming in Guatemala.
Yo siembro lo que es el maíz. Las dificultades que encontramos es cuando cae el hielo temprano y eso cuando lo quema, entonces no tenemos buena cosecha. No tenemos ni un mercado donde destruirlo, ¿no? Que ahí lo tenemos así para nuestro consumo diario.
En el mercado local el valor del producto es menor al valor que nosotros pensamos darle. Nosotros les daremos un 100% de más de lo que le ofrece el mercado local.
EarthEmpower is tackling poverty, environmental issues, and malnutrition with a four-pronged approach. Empowerment. Women lead their own development. Market creation and connection. We ensure a fair income directly in the hands of women where we know the benefits reach the whole family. Human first private enterprise. We always put food security and nutrition first. Resilient planet. To enjoy the full benefits of our work, we need a stable community to live and thrive. At EarthEmpower, we have worked hard to find an innovative impact pathway that does not rely on donations to keep our impacts going into the future. We need your help now to get our work going at a big scale, but we will take it from there. We have designed a business that connects small-scale farmers who want to change their communities with a market full of consumers who want to vote with their dollar and contribute to change in the world with their consumer choices. Though EarthEmpower works for the planet and for rural communities, our consumers and clients in the U.S. market are part of our community driving change and innovation. Have a look at the consumer perspective here.
Sometimes it feels like the only good thing I can do for the world today is grab my Empower Bar. Gluten-free, GMO-free, all-natural ingredients and grown by indigenous women in Guatemala. Every time I eat it, it feels good because all the profits, not 1%, but all of them, go back to Guatemala for investments in women's empowerment, environmental conservation, and agricultural productivity. Even when it feels like the world is falling apart, you know that your Empower Bar powers your day with healthy fibers, proteins, low carbs, and no sugar, and it empowers women throughout Guatemala. I know that the good work is being done for me. The native plants that make up the tea are grown by women in Guatemala on the hillsides of the mountains that they care for. The tea is caffeine-free, but it keeps me awake on these long days with a delicious ginger bite. And did I mention that when I buy this tea, the profits all go back to community-led investments in women's empowerment, agricultural productivity, and environmental conservation.
EarthEmpower does not accept status quo. That is why we are changing the way we change the world. We are finding innovative solutions for our institutions and for rural communities, together with the people who know best, farmers. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for supporting the opportunity for a better world.